Hello students at Strawbridge Elementary. It's Mrs. Graybill again with Tinkergarten. Today I'm going to tell you about another featured creature. I'm going to give you some hints, then you're going to guess, and then we're going to move forward and talk about daylight savings and how that featured creature ties into our daylight savings. So this animal is known as the king of the jungle, but it actually lives in the savanna or grasslands. This animal hunts very large animals such as zebras and wildebeests. A group of this animal is called a pride. The older the male gets, the darker the hair around their head or their mane becomes. So it's kind of like how humans, as they get older, they get gray. Lions, as they get older, the males, they get darker manes. So that just shows their age. In American Sign Language, the word lion is a claw. You put that claw to the front where your eyebrows are and you comb back. So if you were to be trying to explain a lion to somebody who's deaf or hard of hearing, someone who has trouble hearing or has no hearing at all, you could show them lion. Lions are the loudest of all the large cats. A lion's roar can be heard up to 5 miles away, which is quite far. When lions are looking for food, they stalk. So they get low to the ground and they stalk. You may have seen a dog or a cat do this stalking behavior. And then as they get close to their prey, they pounce and they kill them or try to kill them or try to attack them at least. Some other really interesting facts about, how did I lose it already? Just had it pulled up here. Give me a minute. Let's see here. Okay. Some additional facts about lions. The eyes of a lion are 6 times more sensitive to light than humans. That means that their night vision is far better than most of their prey. The mane of a lion, we said, gets darker as it ages. So we know when we look at a pride of lions, the one with the darkest mane is the oldest lion in the pride. Their heels do not touch the ground when a lion walks, and this is because they have big toe pads on the bottom of their toes, so they're kind of like always on their tiptoes, and that is so they can be so quiet, because that's so important to them being able to hunt and catch the food that they need. The average lion will spend between 16 and 20 hours a day just resting or sleeping, so that could be that they're only active for around 4 and sometimes as long as 8 hours a day, but somewhere between 4 and 8 hours a day, which isn't very much activity. African lions live in groups called prides. So we said that before. The African lion is actually the most social of all the big cats on the entire planet. And so this is how we're tying in lions to our daylight savings portion of our lesson. So lions hold a very special meaning in many cultures. Lions are the featured creature of the Vietnamese, which is an Asian holiday, of the Mid-Autumn Children's Festival, which is honoring the full moon. Okay, and it's very exciting for them. In the Vietnamese culture, it's very similar to what we would consider Halloween to be. It's very fun and a very exciting time. Okay, so I'm gonna actually show you quickly the couple things about a lion in this book. I really like this book. This book is called The Big Book of Animals. So let's see if I can turn my camera here real quick. Okay, so lion, here we are. Some are over 6 feet long, which is as tall, taller than an adult human man, about as tall as an adult human man, and they can weigh up to 550 pounds. So lions are the only cat that live and hunt in groups, which, as we talked about, are called prides. That's the lion. And then this is a huge picture of a lion here, which I really like this picture too. It's massive, and it's an illustration, not a photograph. Hidden in a lion's big paws are sharp claws, which they flick out to attack. So similar to a house cat, if you press on the center paw of a house cat, their claws pop out. You can push right here and their claws kind of come out. A lion, obviously, wouldn't go up and push on their paw, but their claws come in and out. Okay, so they kind of like go in, and then when they need them, they come out. So we wouldn't want to get on the wrong side of a lion, that's for sure. Okay, so we did that. Okay, so now we're going to talk about daylight savings time. So during daylight savings time, it's going to happen this weekend on Sunday. We are going to lose an hour of sleep is what happens in the middle of the night. The clocks get turned back 1 hour. And what happens with that is we lose time in the evening. So our evenings are going to get darker 1 hour sooner. Okay, and that we're going to notice that all the way up until we have the shortest day of the year. So the day is December 21st, and that's the winter solstice. So that's the time in which it is the shortest day of the year. And then we keep gaining more and more and more light all the way until summer solstice, which is June 21st. But we'll turn our clocks forward again back in the spring. So I don't know the exact time, but we'll have where we retract daylight savings, where we no longer have it. We'll turn our clocks forward, because we spring forward, fall back. We'll turn our clocks forward an hour, and then we'll readjust. We'll gain that hour back, but then we'll continue to experience more and more light until we hit summer solstice in June. So the purpose of turning the clocks back really for years and years and years ago was for farmers to have more time in the summer months to work, and then in the winter, or more time in the morning to work. And then in the winter time, that it would get darker earlier. So I'm going to read a book called You Are Light by Aaron Becker. Okay, it's one of my favorites, and I think you'll like it too. This is the light that brings the dawn. To warm the sun and hug the land. It's just so pretty. It sips the sea to make the rain. Which waters wheat to grow the grain. It feeds the leaves that shade the earth. It brings to life each autumn's birth. It lights the moon to kiss the night. This light is you, and you are light. Awesome. So the purpose of daylight savings is, or the thought behind daylight savings, in my opinion, is that the earth in the winter, there's lots more darkness. But, and sometimes I think we get a little bit sad that we lose some of that light, that daylight during the evenings when we like to be outside after school and after work. And we have long evenings in the summer, but in the winter they're very short. Maybe an hour after school is all we really get. So that can be sad. But the great thing about having less light is that it brings people together. So we gather in our homes, and we build fires in the fireplace, or we snuggle under a blanket and we watch a movie, or we make some warm hot chocolate. So it really is a time in which the world rests in a way. Nature rests. We have animals who hibernate. And plants rest. So birds fly south for the winter. They kind of go away from all the cold places. And so we have an opportunity to rest and rejuvenate and be ready for the spring and the summer when we're much more active. So you have to kind of think about that on those cold winter nights when you're all snuggled up inside, right? So I have a challenge for you. I'd love for you to find a parent or a grandparent or a big cousin or brother and sister who's safe to walk around the neighborhood with, your parents would allow you to do that. And I would love for you to take the moon for a walk. So you can do this, take a walk during the day and see all there is to see, and then take the same walk at night and see how it's different. Bring a flashlight or a lantern or something like that and kind of compare what the world looks like at night. So this book is called A Good Night Walk. I always call it Walking the Moon because of the phenomenon where it feels like the moon is following you. So it feels like the moon is walking with you. So you could take the moon for a walk like we do, or you could just take a good night walk. This is by Elijah Cooper. Okay, so let's go for a walk along the block and see what we can see before it's bedtime. The neighbor next door has finished her gardening. She rests against the red wheelbarrow under the oak tree. The leaves of the oak tree bend in the wind. Its high branches bounce a pair of chattering squirrels. Can you find the chattering squirrels? Where are they? I don't know if I can see them from this way. Chattering squirrels, I see them. Okay. The squirrels chase each other from the telephone wire to the clothesline to the flag. They race toward the bird feeder. The birds circle the feeder, fluttering their wings. The black and white cat goes to rest in the shade of the apple tree. The smell of apple pie pours out the kitchen window, and the screen door opens and shuts, echoing over the lawn. The boys mow the lawn and fill the trash cans with cut grass. The man from the post office delivers the last mail. And there's the bay with long boats on top and the round moon rising above. Let's turn and walk back the way we came. It's getting a little darker out. The mail has been opened. The trash cans have been brought to the curb. See the light, the street lights have flickered on. The screen door is silent, the apple pie eaten. The black and white cat goes inside to sleep, and the birds are calm. The flag is down, the clothes are in, the telephone wires hum, and the squirrels are quiet. The oak tree is still, the wind has settled. Look how much darker it already is. The neighbor next door has put away the red wheelbarrow and turned off the lights. We're home, it's time for bed, and all we have seen we will see again when we walk the block in the morning. So I encourage you all to enjoy daylight savings, enjoy the rest and the rejuvenation that the world needs in the winter and that the animals need and that humans need. Do fun things in your house and enjoy the warm, cooler, darker winter evenings. I've enjoyed being with you and I can't wait to see you again soon. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day.